The cheapest way to increase our character damage and tankiness is leveling up. In Path of Exile 2, sadly, they made much harder to level up, so I came up with a cheap and easy way to increase our character level. You can use this even with a fresh character as well, that just reached maps. What's up guys, Pidget here. The goal with this strategy to increase the monster count, the magic and rare monsters, because magic and rare monsters is giving you significantly more experience if you comparing to the white monsters, so the basic ones. The top side here, it will increase the monster pack size, rare monster pack size, and one rare monster is duplicated in your maps. So this is up to you if you want to take this one, because sometimes there are many modifiers on the rares that alone very dangerous, especially if there are two rare monsters of the same, because they copying each other. So that's up to you and your build how you can handle it. But if you're not taking this one, you can take the rare pack size here as well. Arriving here with the place of worship, your maps have 20% chance to contain a shrine. Why shrines, right? That's the question. If you encountered a few times there is a shrine that increasing the experience gain, there is a shrine that literally doing that. So we are giving ourselves a chance to get that shrine, and also there are other good shrines as well. So I would say in Path of Exile 2 the shrines effects is pretty good, because it's increasing your clear, your speed, your survivability as well, and also the seasonal blessings. So 50% increased effect and duration of shrine effect on players in your maps. If you're getting lucky when you're entering a map, there is an experience shrine that will grant you 50% increased effect and more duration as well. So I think that's worth a 4 point, because besides that there is nothing you can take. Let's continue down there. So down there is the even more pack size, and we talk about the magic pack size. So we will increase the magic pack size here 55%. That's a very big increase. Let's talk about the right side. The right side, we will focusing on increasing the explicit modifiers on the waystones. What is explicit modifiers? So the explicit modifiers, all the modifiers on your waystone. So yeah, we will focus on this one, because there is a chance you will roll increased experience gain modifier on your waystone. So this number will get boosted by the explicit modifiers. I want to focus on the unstable energies. So waystone have 25% more effect, prefix or suffix modifiers when opening maps. So that's basically, so the increased experience gain is a prefix you can see here. That's very good, because I had the maps with like 80 or 90% increased experience gain. That's pretty disgusting, especially on high level tier maps. As you can see here as well, this is a tier 15 map. That was the keystone here. Explicit modifier increases. And so guys, this Atlas 3 is focusing on getting experience, so you will not see divines and tons of loot. So this is just for experience, not for currency farming. So keeping this in mind, please. This little 2 is also granting you increased explicit modifiers, and also there is one that is also pretty good. So 2% increased effect of explicit modifiers on your waystone for each explicit modifier. So what is this meaning? Basically this map has 4 modifier right now. You can see here when you pressing Alt, so this will get boosted by 8%, and with the small ones you will getting pretty decent amount of, and this is increasing with the modifiers. So every map can have a 6 modifier, so that's 12% increased explicit modifier. So that's very big. This was the basic Atlas 3. Now let's talk about the bossing 3. So this is the boss one. You can ignore this if you don't want to risk to dying, or just you want to save up your boss nodes on the Atlas for, you know, when you reaching high levels, or just want to juice up even more. But if you want, you can utilize that one as well. So the most important ones you can see here, what we're taking. So quickly, quantity from the bosses. Mob bosses has 25% chance to drop a waystone. This is the most important one on this one. Directed worship areas with map bosses contain an additional shrine. So again, we aiming to get the experience shrines. We trying to force out a little bit more, because there is a chance you can have multiple shrines because of these little notables here with that one as well. After this one, it's up to you if you really want to push even further this strategy, because you can take this one, areas map bosses are irradiated. So what is this meaning? +1 to the zone level. So you putting tier 10 map, it will become a tier 11 and so on. It's up to you. It's making the map a little bit harder than it's supposed to be. And also we taking the brutal lessons. Mob bosses grants 50% increase experience. But again, this is not that significant. This I just wanted to talk about this one. It's up to you guys if you want. If not, it's fine. And now let's talk about the side content quickly. I would say do not run or do not juice up that much the Expedition, Delirium, and Ritual. Both encounters are very, very dangerous, just basically risking for nothing, I would say, because the tree is not suited to get more loot in your map. Only thing that I want to talk about the breach. The breach is pretty decent, guys, if your build can handle it. Without anything, you're not juicing up your breaches in your map, it's still decent. But if you want, you can take a risk. So this is very, very risky move, okay, guys? So the first one is the Rising Pyre. The Rising Pyre will grants you 40% increased monster density. That's very, very big on the breach because breach contains so many monsters, and it comes with a downside because you need to take this little notable here, and the players take 20% increased damage from breach monsters. So that's just asking to get killed, I would say. You can maybe do a little bit safer way. So Crumbling Walls, your maps has increased chance to contain additional breaches, and you can take this one as well. But the problem with this, if your build is not suited to survive so many hits very quickly or just clear pretty fast, you will just slow down yourself because, or even get killed your character, because you will get surrounded by monsters and you just die there and you losing your big map and so on. Let's talk about the map modifiers, what you need to aim or what you need to keep in mind. So the main thing that we aiming first, if it's possible, increased experience gain. Okay, that's a modifier, that's a prefix. You can roll this one and increase pack size, magic pack size, or rare monster pack size. But keep in mind, guys, the other modifiers as well can be very dangerous. If you looking at this map, for example, 37% increased monster damage on this one. This can turn up 80% increased monster damage. That is can one shot if your character is not ready to take big hits. So keep in mind, do not just arc and go and just whatever on the maps, because you will get killed and you will just scratch your hand. What happened there, right? Pack size is king, okay? Pack size is king, just focus on that one. So the experience gain mod is just top of the ice cream, okay? Also, the other thing I want to point out, so you can do this on the lower maps easily if your character is just like level 70 or around that number. You can do lower maps easily. And the other one is, guys, how you will juice up your maps? That's the question. So as I said, we will use tablets. We will use tablets to juice up our maps with experience gains. The tablets can roll 10% increase experience. Right now, sadly, I don't have, but on my map, if you paying attention here, you can clearly see there is 26%, 34%. So this can go up to 10% per tablet. You can buy 10% increased experience tablets for one whole exalted. I'm not kidding, guys. One whole exalted, and you just running the tower, slotting in your tablet, and you will getting very, very huge amount of experience. Let's talk about the setup. That's very important. As I said, Atlas tree that we're using is just focusing on the monster pack size, not quantity, rarity, and so on. So I decided to divide my Atlas. This is where you're starting. So I was saying to myself, okay, right side of the Atlas is for the experience gain. The left side of the Atlas tree for the currency farming, boss farming, juicing up, and so on. So this is how I was doing it. The dream scenario. So what is the dream setup here? You can see here, this I would say the dream. So there is 1, 2, 3, and 4 tower. There is 4 tower and you will getting all of the experience gain up to like here. Look at this. Look at this. So up here you will getting tons of experience, and I would say 10% increased experience per tower. Okay, so basically you can get 40% increased experience everywhere on your atlas that is influenced by these few towers. That's the dream scenario. I think you will find something like that, because you can clearly see there is even more 60% increased experience on these maps. And if you combining with this modifier, you will can get like 130% increase experience gain. And don't forget, this can roll of tier 15 maps, so that's very huge. This is the absolute dream. Savannah with breach and a lot of tower affecting your maps. I hope you enjoyed this little video about my experience farming strategy. If you have any question, please leave a comment below, or you can find me on twitch.tv/Paget2. Also, I would like to say thank you for my Patreons for supporting me. Thanks again, guys. Thanks for watching. I was Paget. See you next time.